But I'm telling you the continuing theme with my concern with Dan Campbell. Yesterday in Pittsburgh, an embarrassment of a game, a tie, and Dan Campbell taking over the play calling. Make no mistake about it. He had on the headset, plugged in, no kids bop, the play sheets, and a guy who's never spent 10 minutes as a coordinator is now calling plays, thereby rendering Anthony Lynn into a puppet. And what you saw was one of the most insane 60-minute game plans I've ever seen. And you go, but wait, Mike, wait a minute. What about the weather? And I have an answer for you. Well, Mike, Jared Goff had an oblique injury. I've got an answer for that, too. Work with me. Either Jared Goff was hurt and impaired from throwing the ball, or he wasn't. Now, if he was, why is he in the game? This isn't about the David Blau fan club or Blau having a professional future or anything to do with the long term of this team. It's in the here and now, a new coach, a new GM, an 0-8 football team handed a gift where Roethlisberger gets COVID and you're in a game. Chance to win it. That's all this is about. So explain how you come out and on 3rd and 12 in the first quarter, run, punt. 3rd and 10, run, punt. Second quarter, 3rd and goal from the 9, run, field goal. Third quarter, 3rd and 9, run, punt. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 10, run, punt. 3rd and 1, wait for it, pass? Well, hold on. I thought he couldn't throw. But wait, there's more. Overtime, first play.
What happened?
A wicked play action pass that fooled everybody for 30 yards to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So explain it to me like I'm a second grader. Your quarterback either can throw it and you willfully chose not to because you were scared, or he can't throw it and you knowingly played an injured player who gave you next to no chance to win. So, but wait, there's more.
Free shipping?
If you call now, I'll chop up Jared Goff in 4 pieces and put him in the same hole as your defensive game plan from the first 8 weeks behind the facility. Air yards.
Oh, boy.
Yesterday.
Oh.
Jared Goff air yards.
Okay. I'm going to call a flag. I'm going to call a preemptive flag.
I was about to say, he didn't say anything yet.
I'm going to call a preemptive flag because, Mike, he had 5 quarters and he barely reached 100 yards. So his air yards, we're measuring in feet.
Right. 1.8 yards per pass.
So, yes, we are going in feet.
Average pass traveled. Ready? About 5 feet. You played a quarterback who couldn't throw it 6 effing feet.
It's not air yards anymore. It's
Air feet. Right.
Air foot.
Air feces?
So here's, yeah. You've seen the movie Air Bud? Here's the sequel, Air Feces. I need someone to help me understand how your first-year head coach planned to win the game. Now, don't give me this whole, but, we almost, you didn't.
You played to not lose the game.
And he's supposed to be the guy who says we're relentless. We're going to bite kneecaps.
Now, relentless is the other guy, but kneecaps is him.
Chop life. Help me. 3rd and 12, run. 3rd and 10, run. 3rd and goal from the 9, run. You're telling me your quarterback can't throw the ball. So why is he in the game? Mm-hmm. Or cutscene. Play pass, throwing it more in the 4th quarter. I'm going, okay. Why do you have David Blau on this roster? You made a decision. That was your backup QB. Now, you whole new regime. Whole new regime. No familiarity with Anthony Lynn. None. You made a decision that was your backup because you believed there was some level of capability that at some point I could bring you into a game. Not a month, not a season. You have no future here. You're going to be making sandwiches. But in a game, God forbid I lose Jared Goff, you can help me. That's why you keep a backup, right? Mm-hmm. Where was he yesterday? This is amateurism, and I won't tolerate. This is what chaps my ass. If you have a bad roster, I can make some excuses for you. But when you do things that don't make any sense, you leave me no out. No choice. Look at the way Dan Campbell called that game and explain why Jared Goff was in the game.
Let me add to that, Mike. The fact that you had a bye week, you had 2 weeks. So if you knew, you didn't have to tell the media that Goff was injured, but you had 2 weeks to get David Blau time under the center, time with the first team, to run plays, to
hit the bell,
to get everything there. No one would have known this. You would have come out the bye week and boom. Yeah, we didn't tell you guys he was really that bad.
But Rico, by halftime, it was apparent.
But
and by the fourth quarter, when I'm giving you the play chart, Pittsburgh was bringing everybody. Everybody. If your QB can't get it down the field, can't play. But wait, you made a big throw in overtime, which then you go, well, what about the fourth quarter? And you chose not to do any of these things.
Unless he only had one throw in that arm, and we got to make sure we use it at the right time.
Then you can't play him. It falls on Dan Campbell.
It does.
Yesterday was so winnable. The Steelers were dreadful. They're out there with their backup QB. They lose not one but both starting guards in the game where they lost Dotson and Trey Turner. They lose not J.J. Watt, his brother, T.J. Watt, the better player. It's right there for you. They fumble not once but twice. They throw an interception to you. And you know what Dan Campbell said? I don't want it.
Overtime, they gave you the ball at the 50. Just fumble, boom.
Tell me how Jared Goff stayed in that game. Throwing, on average, 5 feet. 5 feet. It's malfeasance. And it falls. I know some of you are angry at me. I have shown nothing but patience. I have held back all year. I have made excuses for this guy in some instances because the roster's bad. You know what yesterday was? Yesterday was substandard NFL coaching. Yesterday was nonsense because your QB either couldn't get it done or you didn't let him get it done. And they both fall at your feet. And I don't want to hear about, well, we don't want to win. No, you need to win a game or two. You need to show this roster, hey, what I'm preaching has payoff. That there's a value in what we're doing here.
See, but here's the thing. I don't think this roster's going to be here when the payoff happens.
I understand that largely that's true, but you cannot argue that a first-year head coach and a first-year GM cannot go winless. That's never happened in this league.
Well, now they won't.
No, that's winless.
They have a tie.
It's winless.
Here's the problem. I don't think you even know what you have on your roster because we all can see Jared Goff is just not that guy. But they've made no effort to just go and get some backup QB off the scrap heap that you could just bring in.
They had no loyalty to David Blau.
Oh.
They kept him.
Right.
So at some point, if Goff went down yesterday, Blau had to come in the game. If I ask you the question, who's in a better position to throw the ball 20 yards down the field yesterday, Jared Goff or David Blau, how would you answer me?
Yeah, I would have probably said it must have been Blau.
Then Blau needed to be in the game because if you're looking, Pittsburgh took away your run, Matt Nelson got dinged up, your extra offensive lineman, that's high school stuff. I'm not trying to be rude, and I understand I'm not taking shots. It's just what it is. When you try to play high school football at the NFL level, I'm out. It just tells me you don't know what you're doing. Well, what about the weather? What about our quarterback being dinged up? That's all well and good.
Weather was same weather first play in the overtime? Same weather?
Where's your Pro Bowl tight end?
Getting a holding call.
And an illegal chop block. He had exactly 2 more penalties than he had catches yesterday. See, this is the whole point, and I want to hear from the people. See, we don't get to do this very often. We don't have a real football team here. Yesterday was a disgrace. Yesterday, Dan Campbell failed his exam. And by the way, not a good sign that you're going to be firing your offensive coordinator 1 year in. Remember, we were sold what an experienced staff we had put together here?
Oh, that's why it was okay to bring in a guy who had never been a coordinator ever.
Except he took over midseason. And Dan Campbell has no play calling acumen. You know how I knew we were in trouble? Early in the game, 2nd and 1. Throws a 4-yard pass backwards. Turns it into 3rd and 5. You know what this guy does? Runs the ball on 3rd and 5.
Because nobody saw that coming.
You're all out of whack.
They just run the ball on 2nd and 1.
3rd and 12, run, punt. 3rd and 10, run, punt. 3rd and goal from the 9, run, field goal. 3rd and 9, punt. 3rd and 10, punt. The play sheet can never be in your hands again.
But now here's the thing: can you give it back to Anthony Lynn?
No, you neutered him.
Fired him.
You neutered him on TV, live, and now
He'll be headed to USC.
Year 2 of Dan Campbell will now feature a completely new offensive coordinator.
I just figured he would take over the role.
He can't. He's not qualified.
But that's not what I was told.
Okay, 248-539-9797. The one thing you're not allowed to do, do not call and tell me that it didn't matter. The only thing we can do is evaluate Dan Campbell on the things he can control. Personnel decisions, his purview. The play calling yesterday was directly in his purview. And that yesterday was a bleepity bleep bleep show. And it falls on him. And that, I told you, I've been concerned with this guy. He's doing nothing to assuage my concerns. Nothing.